which the commentators refuse to give him any credit for any. We'll talk about these commentators at some point today.
Geez.
I'm done with it. I'm done with it. I've always been super nice guy, right? To these commentators. I literally always have been. Because I understand how hard it is. I understand that it is not easy to travel. The traveling isn't fun either. The everything like that. And all these people have been hired over me. So if I was to say anything negative, I would naturally look like a hater. I would like to let everybody know I don't want to be in the booth anymore. So they're not taking my job. I am not being a hater. There are some commentators that fucking suck out there. That should not be allowed to be covering the NFL. Send them to high school games. There are some people that should not be allowed to speak over games, and it is getting to the point where it's embarrassing almost. And I know it's not an easy job. Okay, it is not an easy job at all. There's a lot of things you have to remember. You know, there's the ability to express your opinions in a fashion. You get it. There are some hard things to it. But there's some people who are commentating games that should not be allowed to commentate games. And I think Aqib Talib got his first start yesterday. I don't think we should judge him. That was his first game. That'd be very rude to do so. So please do not put him in there. I have some friends that are in there. But everybody here that knows that watching a couple of games yesterday, you listen to some of these fucking idiots talk, and you just get dumber while listening to the game, and it makes no sense to me how they have jobs. I think there's enough money and there's enough humans out there that we could get good people in there, but everybody thinks they're super geniuses, and most of them have zero self-awareness, which is my biggest problem.
Yeah, Vilma did stink calling that game.
Whoa, come on.
Dude, come on.
Tony.
Okay, it's a tough job.
How many games have you done, Diggs?
Oh God! Oh shit!
AJ, I would stink too. I didn't say that.
Yeah, but Diggs isn't being handed jobs.
I stink at a lot of things.
Diggs, the thing about it is, I opened the show with a thing about commentators, and I'm not saying it was about Vilma or anybody else. We have friends in the booth, but it seems like there is just a suckfest happening in commentating right now in the NFL that needs to stop. And if I don't say something, am I really doing my job? You know, like that. I feel like that has to be something that is said, because as people who have been in the NFL, you and I, our league deserves better than what is being presented by a lot. Now, I'm not saying all. There's some legendary, there's some really good, there's some up-and-coming commentators, but there's some commentators out there, AJ, that are somehow seem like they've never been around football before with some of the things they say. And it's like, how is this person the voice of the sport in the league that we all love so much? One of the voices, it makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're doing your job. You're probably speaking for a lot of people.
A lot.
Do most people, though, I know we do, but do most people pay that much attention to the commentators?
I think so. That's kind of the thing, right? I think I've never really, I don't know. I think when I retired and I started watching games, I never really paid attention to the commentators until I started watching. And then I realized how stupid they all were when it came to special team stuff. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to start doing this on the internet then if nobody else will be explaining it. And it made me realize quickly, like, why nobody had a clue what I was doing was pretty good at football. I was like, oh, the people calling games are just absolute stooges. So then, you know, I pay attention probably to it more. I'd assume you do as well because you know what's going on out there. But I think a large majority of people are starting to listen or mute the game, which is even more problematic. But I don't know if the goal of a commentator should be that they don't even realize you're there. You know, like a lot of people are like, well, the commentator shouldn't even know that you're there. I'm like, maybe, but don't you feel like as a commentator, people are watching the game with you? Like it's your watch party basically with everybody. Should you not be insightful from your thing? Shouldn't you be putting people over? Shouldn't you be putting the game over, putting the league over, as opposed to maybe telling incredibly long, out-of-place stories about yourself and stuff like that? Like, I just think there's a way to do it. Now, it is very hard to do. I'm not saying it's easy. I was not great at it, okay? I will say that. But there has to be people out there that are. And I think that is what a large majority of people are saying. Like, we have to find better people because we spend 10 hours with these people every single Sunday. It's like, can you make our watches a little bit more enjoyable for everybody here?
Well, when commentators, especially the color commentator, when they start talking about themselves or saying, oh, what I would have done or what I did, like you could do that maybe once a game, but people want to know like the knowledge that you have in your brain from your time playing on the field. They don't want you to relate every single play back to a play that you had when you were playing or something, or teammates. Like you can sprinkle it in, but I just think, it does happen where guys will just continue to bring it back to themselves.
Oh, man. And it's like, who told you, like, you were this important, pal? Like, who told you? You need better friends.
But it is hard because, you know, Pat, there's execs all over, and they're like, dude, we want to hear you. You're the football player. They use the whole line you've said. Like, I've forgotten more football knowledge than you'll ever know, than whatever. What's the stupid cliche that you use?
Yeah. Whoa, take it easy. But it's about Michael Lombardi, by the way. It's not a cliche. It's real. That guy's forgotten more football than I've ever learned. But the thing about it is, and I've taken a lot more ownership over this because it's real. Like I feel like because we have a pretty big platform, we talk a lot of NFL, and we're probably the biggest NFL daily show that happens. I mean, Good Morning Football is on, obviously, NFL Network and seen by a lot of people. But if you look at the internet, like, our NFL shit is the biggest on the internet. So it's like, I feel an obligation, and I played in the league for a long time. You played in the league for a long time. I feel like it's like, we should take a little ownership of this league and start saying, like, hey, we should do this to make it better. Like, this could be better. And I think one of the things they should potentially focus on is, not all, but some of the people speaking over games should not be speaking on games. Like, I think they should maybe start, I don't know, peewee football, maybe. See if they can get up to high school, then see if they should get into college, then maybe give them a chance at like a preseason game or two, and then maybe see if they make it to the league, because that's a big role. You're teaching people the sport, you're teaching people the league. It's like, that's a pretty important thing. And for instance, the lack of special team shit, like at this point, I'm like, okay, I get it, you guys just don't care. But there's so many things that you could teach people who love the game. Like, I've made an entire following on teaching people about special teams because it was a part of the game for so long that stunk. It's just, I feel like they're lazy, and I feel like it's bullshit.
If you don't hold these commentators to a higher standard, how the hell are they ever going to get better?
That's right. Mm-hmm. That's right. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you, too, 25,000 people in this chat, they do not like Vilma.
Whoa. I would never say that. I don't want us to do that.
No, I'm just saying. That's how it's
I don't want us to put out names, okay? Because I know it's a hard job, right? I know it's a hard job. So some of these people are just getting dropped into a job that is very difficult and maybe they weren't cut out for. This is almost more of a shot at like the executives hiring these people. Like, yo, y'all suck at what you do. Figure it out. It's been a while.
One time.
Get Booger back in there.
Hey, to be honest, if I'm Booger, I'm watching some of these games, I'm like, I did not get a fair shake. I did not get a fair shake by people if I'm Booger. What do you got?
Commentators can inherently either make the game better or worse. Easy. You know, like the play, obviously, but like, you know, you'd prefer not to watch a game muted.
Yes.
You know?
It's true.